All right, so I am Frederick Kofi Deladenko, and today I find myself in Afagama in Klikor. Today is the 19th of May 2025. If you can hear, pay attention to the surrounding areas. You can see like they are playing Agbaja music. The video is just concentrating on us, but if you look around, there's a lot of bare-chested men around. A lot of women dressed in a particular way, different ways, but they are kind of in uniform. I have this man here. May I know your name, please?
I'm Godwin Azamati.
So, Mr. Godwin Azamati is going to take us through what is happening today at Afagama in Klikor, the 19th of May 2025. What is happening?
Well, Klikor is a citadel of all religious divide. So most of the time, Klikor has, what to offer in terms of African traditional religious practices and concepts. So today, what we are going to see in a jiffy is a visitation of the Togbi Zakadza, the divinity of Nogokpo, one of the powerful divinities that we have in the Volta region. And he's visiting Klikor, especially Tobi Ajima and Mama Verna. So they are counterparts working together to ensure, life, healing, good health, prosperity, eschewing, evil from our countryside and the nations at large from social vices.
All right, so today what is happening is a deity is coming from Nogokpo to visit another deity in Klikor, for short.
Yeah, when you want to use the word deity, it's too minimal to qualify the efficacy, the power, the strength of these divinities that we are talking about. So deity is too small for them because what they do is more than what deities can, because they are indestructible elements. So they are not deities that can be destroyed like that. Deities are created by human beings, but these divinities that we are talking about came with life, came with existence of mankind on planet Earth.
So if I get you right, just when Jesus Christ said, "Let there be light," and he was doing all the creation, he created these gods, if I should say.
No. It's the same thing that you are talking about. These divinities are not created. They exist with life. They exist with mankind. They are part of creation. They are part of the world. So it's not anything that is what we call man-made. No, they are not man-made.
So they were made since creation. So what is so special about today's visitation? Because from what I'm hearing, this happens almost every 3 or every 4 years. So what is so special about today's visitation that is making it all of us travel from wherever we are and also watching from wherever we are to see what's happening today?
Well, when we talk about Klikor, those who have not been to Klikor before have that kind of, fear and trauma and, that kind of, I don't want to say they fear Klikor, but they have that kind of aura around the community that is so fearful that people think if you come to Klikor, you never come back the same. It's the same thing applies to Nogokpo, that if you go to Nogokpo, you never come home the same. But it's not like that. These divinities exist to help mankind, to put mankind on good, economic, academic, spiritual, and whatever you name it, footing. So they are here to make sure that the people of Klikor, the people of Nogokpo, and the people of the southern Volta live in peace and live in good health. So it's not anything so special, but it is because we are part of the system and the system is part of us. We don't see anything so significant, so special about it. But those of you who are coming here for the first time, it might look so, special to you. But every 3 years of this kind of visitation between divinities, is kind of spiritual rejuvenation that if you are part of it, you absorb that energy that comes and that vibration that comes with this visitation. And some of us are here just to make sure that we are part of it and we benefit spiritually from it. Benefiting from it does not depend on how powerful you become spiritually, but you might have some, spiritual impurities surrounding you, which you cannot see with your naked eyes. But when this divinity is coming to Klikor, it makes sure that the way, the path, the whole community is, cleansed with all negative impurities.
To some of us, maybe to you, because you've seen it on several occasions, it is not special, but let me tell you, this is very, very special to me. And I know you watching me, it is very, very special to you. This is not something that you get to see on the daily. This is something that we hold close to our hearts. This is our way of life. Way before the European powers came with whatsoever they came with. This has been our way of life. This is how we used to live in peace and in harmony. So someone will be somewhere. You did mention that there are a lot of people who have bad mind about people, and to an extension, Nogokpo. If I am in Accra, I am in somewhere around the world, and I want to visit. Before coming here, what mind should I have from you who have been an indigenous? Not what people are thinking. What should I have in mind? Okay, I'm traveling from United States, I'm traveling from Kumasi, I'm traveling from the northern region and coming to Nogokpo. What should I have in mind? What should my expectations be coming to Nogokpo?
Your expectation to be you are running into a domain of safety. You are running into a place where there is so much love, so much peace, so much security, because when you are there, nothing dares come to you or catch you or, affect you. So when you are part of this celebration today, it is a privilege for you to be here. And it's not everybody that can have this privilege. Therefore, you count yourself blessed for being here. Once upon a time, people might think, or people thought Klikor, Nogokpo is a place where only Voodoo activities that go on. But there are other activities. When you came to town, you see people having shops around. You see scooters running, driving people around. You see shops all over the place. You see women, men walking freely without anybody impeding them. So it's a place where, just like a police station, if something is chasing you both spiritually and physically, you run to a police station, you have your salvation.
All right.
So if you run to Klikor, you may run to Klikor for a purpose, and that purpose must be accomplished either for your own safety or for somebody else. Probably you are interceding on somebody who has a problem somewhere. Maybe it's your brother or your sister or cousin anywhere abroad who cannot come here. Today you are here, you can intercede on their behalf. Whatever prayer that you want to do or you want to have, whatever benefits or whatever blessings you want to have, you use yourself as a point of contact on an interface between yourself, the deity, the divinity, and your sick brother somewhere.
All right, personally, I've been to Klikor. I think I've been here for the past 5 hours. I've drank some good liquor, I've eaten some good attire, I've taken some good water, and I can tell you that people are so welcoming and they're so loving here. I know there are, with relation to our transatlantic slave trade, where Europeans actually came and bought, for the lack of a better word, our siblings, our brothers. I learned there is a slave route through Nogokpo and Klikor. Can you please enlighten me on how slave trade and whatsoever in relation to transatlantic slave trade happened in Nogokpo and Klikor?
Well, basically we have certain landmarks in Klikor that signifies and establish the fact that there had been a slave trade or slave trading activities in Klikor. That is why we have one suburb of Klikor named Ablochivia. Ablochivia literally means small Europe. Okay, and that part of Klikor was once upon a time a slave market, where when the rangers get the slaves from the hinterlands, that is where they change them, and people from the coast come to bargain and buy them. So when they buy them, they take them in their shackles and the chains and the goggles and the stuff like that. walk all the way through to the coast. And when you get to the coast, they have a warehouse where they keep them. So Klikor has that historical, relics to, establish and authenticate that slave trade was once upon a time an activity within Klikor. And I have a song to sing.
All right, that will be very good. Yeah,
and this song is always sung once in a year.
Why? Why is it sung once in a year?
Because it has been attributed to slave trade, and it is only sung during Kliajima Mama Vena Festival.
What is Kliajima Mama Vena Festival?
Where we are sitting and where we are talking now is the main shrine of Tobiajima, the divinity that controls Klikor. And Mama Vena is the wife. And Mama Vena has two shrines attributed to them. One at Ablechivia and the other one at Ablogam. So Tobiajima, where we are, is the root and the temple of Tobiajima. And it is the divinity that controls the community. Well, what I want to say is a bit historical fact. Once upon a time, there was a woman, an old lady in a village somewhere, but within Klikor, traditional area. And in those days, during the slave trade, they could go out hunting or farming. By the time they came back, their kids are gone, or their siblings are gone. So two boys were, taken away, where their parents were out on the farm. So when they came back, they didn't see the boys. One is called Samafu, and the other one is called Tegasu. Yes. Tegasu and Samafu. So when the elders came back from the farm and they didn't see them, quickly they walked around and they saw, marks that showed that there was a struggle. So they assumed that slave raiders came to the village. And you could see struggle all over the place. So they organized a search party down to Klikor, to Ablechivia, which they believe that if it were the slave raiders who actually came for them, they would be in chains at Klikor. So when they came, they looked around all the slaves, both men and women. They didn't see them. When they asked of them, they said, they have been taken to the coast. So the search team continued to the coast. When they got to the coast, they saw the sheep on the waters. And they said, They snapped their fingers and they said, Aso. If they had seen them, it would have been a war. So the snapping of your two fingers in Ewe is called Adinana. Adinana Nadi. So by that, the coast, the community at where the sheep is docked is called Adina as we speak today. Because when they raid your village and they take your people away, when you get there, you see the boat on anchor. By those days, our elders, our ancestors did not know that the boat is on anchor. They thought the boat was already shipping out. That was what they had. So when they returned to the village, the elders were in gathering, waiting for them to bring these two boys. They didn't bring them. They came back and they told them by the time they got to the coast, the boat was already, taken off. Not knowing there was a warehouse where they keep the slaves before they take them by what we call Batala. Batala is like a frame it's like a pontoon, but they row it with a paddle from the coastline to the ship. But they didn't know that because they were not sailors and they were not fishermen, so they didn't know the secret. So they only saw the boat on the sea, not knowing it was on anchor. So when they came back, they told the story, and the mother of these two kids fell down, with weeping, moaning, and crying. And the son that came out to console herself and her heart was hula holo, hula holo, hula holo, hula holo, miyo samafuna ma bajinya bujo, hula holo, miyo tagasuna ma bajinya bujo, hula holo, miyo samafuna ma bajinya bujo, hula holo, miyo tagasuna ma bajinya bujo, hula holo. The boat has lifted anchor of Waho. That means the boat is gone. That is the meaning of the song. So the old lady was singing that, oh, they got there and the Wa is gone. Therefore, her two children are gone. Somebody should call Samafu for me, for my heart to be cooled, because I am desperate, I am devastated. So that is the story. And this song is always sung once in a year when there is festival going on here.
Thank you very much for bringing this song that has been sung once in a year, and in memory of Samasu and Samafu and the Su. The names of the boys, Samafu and the Gasu. So in memory of Samafu and the Gasu. Thank you for watching from Klikor, Aplogama, Afagama. Bye-bye.